Hello and welcome back to CrestVahllen D&D, the Argent Flame. This will be episode 43, Madness and Manholes. Without further ado, let's get into the recap of the previous episode. The Argent Flame rushes to the Golden Gate to catch the saltpeter shippers before they depart at the last minute. Ermgrim uses his plasma blade torch to open an alternate route, and the caravan is on their way. The first day is an easy decline that puts them ahead of schedule as they ride the veil between the material plane and the Underdark. On the 25th, Eleazar prays to his deity, who blesses him with a frosty light for the day. The caravan comes across a very steep incline, and eventually, the party deigns to ride the slope down atop the cart, roller coaster style. With the onkeg atop, the front cart as an air brake, and a parachute/conch combo for an emergency brake, the gang shove off into the fast-passing tunnel. Complications arise, and one of the carts takes damage, but thanks to the quick thinking of the mercenary heroes, nobody is hurt or left behind, the only casualty being a single barrel of saltpeter. The caravan warden expresses his displeasure, but the gang soon ameliorate his disagreeable nature. Repairs are made as well as more progress before the travelers set down to rest. Amidst the chaotic dreams of Lagh's subconscious mind is found a mote of pure madness that torments him in indescribable ways. Visions of far-flung eldritch locales fill his head with futile desires to make sense of the senseless. His mind trapped within itself, unable to grasp reality, his companions awake to find his body unresponsive. Welcome back to CrestVahllen. Hello, welcome back to CrestVahllen D&D. Maybe no, not very much longer. The Argent Flame. I'm your not-so-humble Dungeon Master, TJ, and last time we left off, some crazy stuff was going on with Lagh's dream. On the, I believe this is the morning of the 26th.
No,
26th.
Yeah, we left on 24th, so it would be the 26th.
25th. We left on the 20th. Well, but we
left on the morning of the 24th.
This is after you're sleeping from the slope.
Yeah.
From the run.
Slope would have been the morning
yeah.
of the 24th. You didn't have us change days.
Yes, we left the city on the morning of the 24th, and that was a nice, easy travel day.
Right, and then the 25th.
The 25th,
Okay.
25th was the
sorry.
roller coaster
My
day.
apologies. 26th.
Yes.
Yep.
Today is the 26th.
I'm sorry.
That's what I thought.
I just
That's what I
was
thought.
goofing.
So it's the morning of the 26th.
27th.
You tried to inject him. You revived his body, but his mind is still captured. Eleazar, you got your divine sense. You rolled a wisdom saving throw of 21. Mm-hmm. You feel a maddening, oppressive, dark. It's hard to tell whether it's dark just by, like, lumens or dark because of intent. You don't know, but just the color black has this ichor-y thing that kind of latches onto your mind in a metaphysical sense, and you feel a fight happening, a conflict happening within the confines of your mind. One within the avatar of your deity is being latched onto by these ichor-y tendrils of black, and they're reaching with their claws and trying to snap that off of their face, and they're doing a good job, and they're pulling and pulling eventually, and they're like snatch at it and consume it and spit it out and freeze it, as you just see these ethereal avatars kind of fighting within your mind, and you are pushed back as whatever was reaching out to your mind was repelled by your deity, pretty much like what do you call it? Gundaming or piloting your mind for a moment, kind of trying to protect it in a more like third-person ethereal sense. There's something going on. Some great conflict of incredible power happening within Lagh's mind. Something that your divine sense tried to understand, but in the process of trying to understand it, almost succumbed to its power.
There's something going on. There's something powerful. that's really pulling him. I barely got away from it. Be careful.
Are the rest of us here yet, or is it just the three of you?
We could have ran over as you guys had yelled, right?
Lahg, in this void, you had said, "Hello? You there?"
Where'd he go?
You do feel below you, single eye open, like weakly. They're just almost kind of like a pink eye. It was like it's all so swollen and like unable to open. It's like and it looks at you and it recognizes you, and if an eyeball could nod. You're getting the sense with this that this is your ally, the thing that you've aligned yourself with. You're also getting the sense that whatever you went through, it took great power of it to pull you into a space of not safety, but mere neutrality. That still took a lot out of it. You're also getting the sense that whatever you just experienced definitely has something to do with what you have consumed and the origins of both what you have consumed and your patron. It's weird. It's almost like the two sides of a non-Euclidean.
You haven't tried to talk to him.
No, I haven't yet.
So right now there's just the eye, and that's it.
Just the eye. It appears that it's taking all the power that it has in this realm that it has been sending to you just to appear to you in this form. After pulling you from that maddening spiral.
I'm gonna reach down and not like poke it, but just try and like touch more like the lid than the actual like, you know.
Okay, I understand. You're like soft touch,
Right.
friendly touch.
Right. Just like also like, is this real? Like,
Yeah, you feel the physicality of it. Like it's squishes.
does it respond at all, or do
It
anything?
blinks like. But yeah, no response. It appears to just be like very weak. Feels like it pulled you, like it shaped you, and it from something that could have been perpetual and eternal. It pulled you out of a loop.
When I get up there, I'm gonna lock on him and start screaming at Lahg into his head. Just
Okay.
like constantly screaming, Lahg! Lahg! Lahg!
You eventually, after a while, do hear like,
Then I can recognize that it's Cole.
you know the sound in your head when you try to make the voice in your head that is yourself, like scream and yell. You can't increase it in volume, so it just sounds like someone screaming in a whisper. That's what you hear. But it's very like sounds like it's coming from hundreds of miles away, and it's just constantly echoing in a chamber, and then Doppler effect keep going.
It's kind of like I'm trying to yell across a canyon at Lahg.
Yeah, kind of like that.
But do I recognize that it's Cole?
Yes. Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, you do.
Where the fuck are you?
I don't know, let's go drinking!
Okay, where are the drinks?
Come out here and we can go drinking.
Where's out here?
I don't know, you're lying on the floor.
You're sleeping. Wake up.
Fuck, we're doing this again.
And you don't have an eye that I can reach through this time.
I feel if I have an eye.
You do.
I have two eyes. What are you talking about?
Since when do you have two eyes, motherfucker?
You've always had two eyes in this
Right.
like I don't know, seeing. Yeah.
Which is why I yell back, since when do you have two eyes, asshole?
Yeah.
Since right now.
Yeah, didn't you rip one out and eat it?
Oh yeah, but that was then. I'm talking about now.
So you, all of you, just look at Cole. It's just going. It's just looking at Lahg. Like,
Are you getting through to him?
Yeah, he says he has two eyes. Motherfucker ate an eye.
Was then. This is now.
Nothing else? Nothing else?
Eyes don't grow back.
I don't know what to tell you. I've got two eyes right now.
Just walk
Why
up
are
and
you focusing on the eyes? Focus on getting him out of here.
Yeah.
Where are you?
Where he is.
I'm outside. Where are you?
What does he see?
are you saying this out loud, Cole, as well as through the mind?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Lazar, you're shook.
I mean, after initially I'm keeping it silent, but after a moment of frustration with Lahg, I'm like literally talking outside, like, I'm outside. Where are you?
Very Abbott and Costello.
Yeah.
I'm in a void. We've been in this, a void like this before.
I'm like, I'm standing over you, and then I kick him.
Do I feel anything?
You kick him.
I don't see you.
Ask him if he can open the silver eye.
Can you open up the silver eye again?
Are you guys ready to fight that thing again?
Do we have a choice?
What do you mean, do we have a choice?
I don't know.
It's asking if we're ready to fight the thing if he opens up the silver eye.
Right? I mean, you guys are ready?
Is it free?
Keep me away from it.
I don't. Well, I guess I wouldn't hear you.
To everybody else, like, as you ask that question, I go, keep me away from it.
All right. We'll do what we
Wait.
can.
So did you ask me about the silver eye?
Yeah.
I'm trying to track who I can actually.
He asked me to ask you, I asked you.
All right. So, I can try, but
She asked if we were willing to fight. After you asked if we were willing to fight it, and I said that, she goes,
Are you
and I
ready?
told them to keep me away from it.
Are you gonna try to open the portal?
okay.
Okay. Roll a charisma check for me.
Yeah.
The silver eye is just an opening.
You haven't been there for the silver eye.
It's just a gateway. Ooh,
It's a gateway to his inner world.
17.
We did a lot of
I
Um,
reached through
you-
it before and pulled out the fetish.
Like, you start to do this, like. You're like, damn it. And you, like, kind of claw and your claws kind of like rake at reality, and you're like, oh. And you begin to dig your claws deep into this, like, tear. Looks like you're pulling wrapping paper off of a present, except it's stretched and a little more latexy as it kind of
is
pulls
the
it up.
eye reacting to me doing this?
The eye down there.
Yeah, does it look worried that I'm doing this, or
Roll an insight check.
Doc, do you need drugs?
single eye.
Oh,
insight?
God.
That's 10.
Okay,
10.
thank God.
The only thing you can notice is that it's slowly drifting off into what would look like an eye from sleep.
So I was a little concerned that I'm ripping reality.
I do ask Lahg if he needs
Falling
drugs.
asleep.
Did that help last time?
We didn't give you it last time.
You gave me something last time.
So at the moment, there's like a small tear that is that kind of like silvery warbling. That is like looks like a tear in space time before you in the fabric of.
Yeah, Gizmo did that last time. I don't know what that was.
Do it here. Is there something
It's
through it?
it's not cohesive enough to really. It's not big enough for you to really like get a proper thing to it.
do it.
But you want to.
Well, so I can't see through it right now.
Not yet. Right now, it's just more staticky and weighty.
Do we need to clear his eyes so we
Almost
can
as
maybe
if like
see through it?
the border of you know how the border was like on fire of the portal. It's almost like it's small enough that only the border of it is visible. The border hasn't been pulled far enough to actually create a membrane enough for like the bubble to actually go.
So Cole, is he
not
trying
big
to
enough
pull his eye flame?
I asked him. He hasn't told me anything back
Then
yet.
I'm gonna take his drugs out of his eye and lift his eye patch up. So just in case he does get the flame going.
Well,
again.
that's why I asked him. Does he need drugs?
He doesn't set off and ignite his drugs.
The flame was outside the eye, though.
Yeah, it
Right.
like floats up above his eye
It's
patch.
close
Like,
enough.
like
That's probably
2
best
inches.
to
It's
take him
a
out.
good safety precaution. You know, like
Yeah,
I mean, we have
grab
the
the
entire
drugs,
fight with him in his eye. I'm not too worried about
open
that.
his eye patch, and like, don't mind if I do.
Because, I mean, who's going to search an eye?
Well, let's put it this way: you put the red ones in your pocket.
That's a thought, right? Like, who's going to make him remove his eye patch so they can search it for content?
I'll keep making it
Cool.
bigger.
You start ripping it open. You guys notice a tear just in the middle of space that appears to have like this silver fire on it that is appearing a good like inch and a half over the.
Now climb out.
Lahg, do you need a hand?
come on,
Oh God.
not yours.
It's not fully formed yet. But he's
So yeah, not Cole's this time. That keeps ending badly. Well, I'll stick my hand through it.
cool. You rip it open and you stick your hand through it. At this point, you can now. It is far weaker than the image you can see through. It's far weaker. It's like looking at an old TV that's trying to focus on the picture, and you're just seeing like his form of his hand kind of going through. And as it's 3-dimensional too, like the static image that's trying to focus on the picture is 3-dimensional, meaning like even his hand that's coming through is like glitching out and going in and out as far as focusing on the picture.
Cole will totally try. to
Same
grab
thing
that
as what
hand.
you're seeing on the other side. You're seeing
Slap it
them
out of the
kind of
way.
huddled around you,
I'll grab it.
looking through
I
that.
didn't put my hand
portal.
inside of him. I can help.
The creature escaped that way last time. I'm thinking we can pull him out.
Right, but I
with-
don't
but
want
with-
him to do it because
That's
you
a good
told
point.
us not to let you near
But
him.
with the picture
I still
going.
want to reach inside of his eye.
I
That was
do
bad.
that on your own time. Like
You really want the gnome to try?
Nobody else is grabbing him.
Okay,
I'm
yeah,
grabbing it.
I actually said I would. They said no.
She slapped your hand away
So
because we don't want you
Zemnak
touching it.
grabs. You feel something grab your hand. It like feels like it's going through your hand, and you feel like your arm go numb. You're like, "Ugh." and then it grabs your hand. And it goes through your hand. And it grabs your hand. It goes through your hand. It's like it's unstable, and you're not sure. He's got you. You don't know what's gonna happen via the trip.
Maybe I can grab him.
no.
And then they're like, no.
I did say let me near him. So
I can
If I pull, does it?
Argus was grabbing on too, so you would feel like another
Yeah, you see.
hand around your
Like,
wrist.
It's weird. It's like when you hit your funny bone and your arm goes like It's like whenever it starts to like go out of phase and go out of focus, that's kind of what you feel, and then it goes back to like regular feeling or something. And then you're like,
when I see his arm go out of focus, I'm gonna yell at him. Focus, Lahg!
are you gonna try to inspire him?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Go ahead, give him an inspiration die.
Lahg, just focus on reaching through with your hand.
What is it you're trying to do?
Okay, so if I feel them pulling, and it feels like a gnome and a dwarf hand, I'll go with it.
You can like see them too. It's just like the focus is in and out. Like, yeah, you're just gonna try to time it for when it's like solid.
Yeah, just for when I feel like I can actually feel
Cool.
the tug and the pull.
Go ahead and roll a dexterity saving throw. You can use the inspiration if you like.
To us, does it feel salt? Like, does it feel like it's wavering?
You feel the same thing he's feeling of it going in and out. That weird like, funny bone. Okay, now it's normal. Funny bone again. Yeah, go ahead. You guys can roll strength saving throws.
and I'm going to prepare and be on the lookout for that creature. I'm gonna say,
You got
watch
it.
out for
Law,
something
you like
else
look
that might
behind
come
you and
through.
look around.
Okay, so I'll pull my
No sign
Yeah.
of the
a
lecter.
warm blizzard.
So that's 14 with inspiration.
14 with inspiration. What'd you get, Zemdak?
Just straight strength.
Strength saving throw.
19.
You get +2 because you are all within 10 feet of Eleazar.
Oh, so I
20.
Not you. You're on a different plane.
21.
Natural 1.
No, 21.
20. Jeez.
221.
Two 21s. You guys feel him like give, and you take that moment to be like, okay, the fish is giving, like when you're fishing and you just yank him through. You see this like spirit that's made of like static and silver flame that's kind of fading in and out of existence, get pulled through this portal and then float up there. You feel extremely odd. The whole thing is like you don't feel like the same confidence you did when you were first.
Can you put him back in his body?
It's
what I
almost
was
like
thinking.
you're in your astral projection form, but the power source that's powering your ability to do this is like.
While holding him
You look
and take my
you
hammer
look good,
and
but
try
you're
to
not
pound it
great.
back into his body.
Well, one thing at a time. Say that one of you do one at a time.
I literally look at Lahg and go, "You look good, but not great."
You want to inspire him again?
No.
Okay.
How many eyes did I get?
And since we were holding on,
Three.
to
You
him, pull him
keep
up,
Hold on.
hearing.
Hold on.
I want to hang on to him and pull him down and try to hammer this ethereal part back into his body.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because technically he's like spirit/soul, and your hammer has purchase with that. Awesome. This is a really cool idea. Go ahead and roll your like soul check or whatever I had you roll. I think it was like a wisdom with proficiency.
You got
Are
two.
you,
Really?
No, that's
Then
saving
additional-
throws.
Oh,
Wisdom with proficiency.
are you inspired at all?
11.
11.
I rolled a
Okay.
4.
Not horrible. I need you to roll me a wisdom saving throw. You are technically, your spirit is now on this same plane, so you can get the +2.
You said a wisdom save?
I'm like, really? Send it on that die.
See?
Plus
You
the
get
2, so
down.
12.
Well, okay, so here's what happens to Argus. You, like, pull him down, and your aim's just a little off. You hit the spirit right in the groin area, like, right? And you just, like, will go a little too far hard, and you crunch is like, ooh.
Lahg screams in astral
Like, it's
pain.
not a crunch, just more of like, that's gonna hurt when he
That
wakes up.
wasn't
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, he's okay. You didn't, like, fully just, like, brutalize him. Like, it was more of like, you could have pulled back a little bit more, but he's okay. It's more of just like a tap. So it's gonna hurt, but he's okay. And right now, only his groin area has been like pushed into his body. The rest of his body, his legs are still up, his body's still up. So he's like, yeah.
Lahg, are you okay?
So we're gonna
I just got bean in the balls, no!
So I'm gonna keep hammering the rest of him back in there.
Cool. So you have to do it like, ting, 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 ting. Like all these other pieces that he's like, as he just. You get like pegboarded into it. There's like a nail here, nail. You get the wrist down, you get the shoulder down. Eventually, you like hammer him into it. And every time he's like, "Log, this does not feel good." Every time you're like, sorry, and then it's come to just the head sticking out, like right above his body's head, and you have to smack him in the head.
I squeeze it so it's great.
It reminds me of those Brad pin like puppets we used to make in school and stuff
Oh,
like
yeah.
that, where like they have the Brad pins in their arms and legs and stuff like that.
So go ahead and roll a Constitution saving throw for it.
And
Plus the 2.
And nothing else coming out of the eye, correct?
No, that
Assuming-
closed as soon as he got pulled out.
Okay,
Almost like it
cool.
was like
All right.
it was like
Good.
almost like it was made of rubber, and like once he passed through it, it snapped
His
shut.
soul back.
The eyes closed. Can I help now?
That was a con save?
Yes.
What do you want to
These
do?
new dice are
No.
not.
Plus 2.
These new dice are not pulling their weight. It's going to be a 4.
4 total?
It's in that one. Oh my god. It's the cat butt.
Okay. You see, as you're standing over his body, he's not breathing. His heart's not beating. His body's in total shock.
Smack.
You smack him.
I'll cure
Nothing.
him.
Lahg,
I'll cure one.
are you there?
Your Q wounds?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. What level?
Just we'll start with 1.
No, you're fully
nice roll.
Yeah.
12.
12. 12 points of healing. You see him. His heart starts to go. You wake up. Your lungs are entirely empty. You have a throbbing headache. You feel you have like bruises all over.
Your
Your
testicles
crotch
hurt.
hurts.
This is why he has
You really need to stop doing that.
How many years has it been?
A
a
night.
night.
Smack you on the forehead.
Oh!
Focus. Stop doing that.
I didn't mean to. But no, really, how many years has it been?
It was one night.
8
Day and
hours.
night.
Or you're, yeah, 8 hours.
What do you mean, how many years? What's happened?
A lot of shit.
It's tomorrow. That's it.
It's 26.
Do you remember what
They
was happening?
screamed, we ran, you were unconscious and I talked to you. You were still there, so...
That was like just a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
Right, which was literally one night.
Still, you know, the good old year of 1016, you know?
Wait, no, but we're still underground.
You were dreaming again.
Right, and Lahg, do I look any older than I did yesterday?
You look like shit.
Thank
He
you,
always-
I appreciate that, but do I look any older?
You were dreaming again, Locke.
Yeah. It was all a dream.
It was all a dream.
Yeah, but it's really disturbing that Lahg just died in a dream.
A couple
It
times.
didn't feel like a normal dream.
No,
Well,
it did
most of
not.
yours are not normal dreams.
Anymore. Like, ever since this thing went into your body, you've never had like a normal
Love.
dream.
This is a big moment for you. I want you to roll an insight check, but I want you to do it in the Tower of Terror.
Do the rest of us need to go upstairs for this?
Because I highly doubt he's not going to share this with you immediately.
No, not the big boys, for sure.
Oh, God. The 5 on the die. Insight is 0.
But +2, right?
No, it's saving
Saving
throws.
throws?
Just a
Okay,
check.
sorry.
An insight check. Okay, go ahead. Take your die.
Piece of shit.
Poor buddy.
Do you want to borrow one of mine, like 30 other dies?
Okay, so here's
One
the
of these has to eventually roll well.
No, it doesn't.
No, it does not.
No.
You-
No, it really doesn't.
are
Ask him.
becoming keenly aware that your patron has something to do, most likely, with the plane of existence. Your patron also probably has some sort of connection or relation to this idol, but not necessarily samely aligned. The last thing you understand, because this is pretty basic space, this is the basic stuff here, is that whether it be the combination of these two forces, or one of these forces, or you don't know, has the power to influence dreams / nightmares, whether that be a pathway into certain things, or have them manifest into reality. That's pretty much all you can understand. The rest of it, you're kind of lost in just the madness of it all.
Well, so I'll share that with
Sure.
everyone.
Well, I assume it's the idol because it messed with everyone's dreams when you first got it.
I mean,
Yeah, I
you
mean-
guys told me you had dreams about my mother.
It wasn't a dream.
No, that was something
That was
different.
like
That was more
projection.
like, yeah.
She showed up.
Granted, it was like an illusory manifestation.
As
of
I
the
was
dream.
dreaming, yeah.
Exactly.
It's just you've never been the same since you ate that.
So, and remember now, every time
Wait,
logs
okay.
goes to sleep, the things that manifest, things that are in your dream.
Take him away. Take
I
him
don't think that's a good
away.
idea.
All right.
What are you planning?
Take him away.
Are you sure you don't mean my light? What are you planning?
Take him away. Let me talk to Log.
Do you want it to be in?
I just want him away from us.
Do you want to go to the Sky Lounge so we're very, very away?
Yeah, remember, you figured out your lock.
You can remake the bubble in a couple of minutes.
Yeah, that's not going to protect from his brain
Yeah.
thing.
Spells can't.
Especially because if you're telling me
It's
to
not-
go
right.
away, I'm gonna lock on to.
Last point of order. That you're understanding that it's a bit of the luck of your consciousness
How
Why do you want me to go away?
as far as what is being manifested when you sleep.
Yes.
Where
Sky
have
Lounge.
you been?
All right.
Where can we take him?
Well, maybe.
I'm going to message him in my head, going, "Where do you want me to go?"
Far away.
The bad and the ugly.
All right. I'm assuming it's
No.
okay if I come up because I'm
Yes.
doing the Sky Lounge. Okay,
Sure.
cool. All right. I cast Sky Lounge in me.
Yeah, what was Moonchild doing during all this?
Yeah.
Moonchild was looked like they were having like a doggy nightmare.
Oh, that's
They were like sleep the whole time. If you had to gander a guess, that film with that luminous thing over was probably them dreaming, trying to protect you from that pinprick of madness.
I'm just gonna tell her to not let Cole get near the rope.
I mean, we'll
I'm
pull
going
the
to climb
rope
up with you because I think I need to be there.
Log able to be okay.
Eliezer, what are you going to do?
Keep him away.
Done.
You're gonna be Cole's bouncer.
Yeah.
I'm still talking with Log the entire time, just with my hand up. Just Log, it will be okay. Just hand it over.
It is not. This is not you talking, and this is why we are. It's not you. We are. We love you. Go over there, though.
I just put my
Pull
arm
up
around him. Come on, buddy. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. It's nothing personal.
It's not worth it. Not worth it, man.
Let's
Then
go.
walk away. Walk away.
It's okay. Let's go. It's not. It's nothing personal.
Okay, so you summon the Sky Lounge. You all climb up.
The rope's been pulled up, so there's
spells
no.
can't pass through the veil.
Absolutely not.
So
And
there's no portal there.
different-
It's
no.
just that it's invisible.
Until you go up, Cole's just entirely.
Yeah, so
it'll be okay.
after-
Just it'll be okay.
After the rope is pulled up, you guys can still see out. The portal is still there. It's just invisible to all those who are not in the Sky Lounge.
Right.
And we are technically on a different.
You technically are in a pocket dimension, and specific to the spell that specific to this spell, it says that no spells can pass through its threshold.
Yeah.
Okay.
But since you're on another plane, that also cuts me off from Log. Like I can no longer say Log. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. It'll
Right.
be okay.
That was the idea.
It's different if you can like see through
Yeah, but when it's closed,
when it's closed. No.
Well, no,
Yeah,
and he was
things
leading me
can't
away
see.
anyway.
Right,
So
Yeah, Cole
Go
can't
ahead.
see up.
I'm going to pull out the lead box. Let me hold it for a little while.
It wasn't safe in there either.
Because he heard the password last time. Now he doesn't know the password.
You're not sure you can.
Right.
keep asking him to give it to me. So
Just give you a break.
Good try.
This is what, the third time it's gone really bad?
It was only the second time I've died. Or,
Only. But
Right.
like that's a big deal, you know?
I wasn't really dead the last time. I was just brain dead.
Nightmares,
dead.
escape,
Right.
and death. Just
There's been some cool shit too.
you can have it back whenever you think you're ready to control it.
the nightmares aren't that bad.
We need
You can't hear.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I mean, I agree with Zemdak. I think the risks outweigh the benefits at this point. We don't know. We need to get rid of this thing at some point. And it's been great, and thank you for taking the burden. But this is too much. You were talking about what year is it? Like what happened? It's not. That's for you to be trapped like this.
Just shouts
I
that.
was old.
The nightmares aren't that bad.
I was old and I wasn't, but
You
I
really want to
died.
relive that over and over again?
And it could be
Is that
worse.
worth the extra power that you have?
I mean,
Just
it's
understand.
coming in handy
Five
again
and
this
six
time.
now.
There's handy.
You're not there.
Is it worth the trouble that it's given you?
It's more contained now than it was before.
Is it? It escaped last time. Like, fully escaped into our realm.
Right.
Well,
Empowered
I
more
blame
than
the
it was.
brain dogs for that.
Didn't help.
Just giving you a break so you can re-center yourself and focus. You can have it back. I'm not taking it away from you. I'm holding on to it for you.
What if you ate it in the lead box?
Not a bad idea.
Actually, that's how it happened.
There was.
Okay.
Oh no, it was free of the lead box.
It was in
the
a
lead box.
it was in a box.
Oh yeah, no, I just unlocked the chains and then
Right.
He even had a couple chains still dangling to it when the book just went.
Wait, so is this a new lead box?
yeah.
Yeah, I think you made
No.
me one. What? Didn't you?
Then you don't have a lead box.
That I don't have a lead box. Never mind. This has all been pointless.
But it's not pointless. We still need to talk through this, right? I mean,
Granted, you could probably make a lead box with your workshop.
I don't have lead.
Because I talk to Lahg, and even though I don't know what's going on, I'm still going to shout out, the nightmares aren't that bad.
So
You
where's
shout
the
that
lead
out
box?
to
Yeah.
everybody
Is the
getting
lead
ready to
box in
travel
there
during the
with you?
day.
Yeah.
The whole caravan's like,
What's left of it?
Well, when it comes to the fetish, Cole is not sane about anything.
oh,
so
sure. Yeah.
So
mean-
just
Really,
put it back
you're
in the
just
lead box.
Constantly being like, it's not worth it, bro.
right.
you're like trying to stop a friend from going back.
I don't know how to get it out.
Get it.
Ask your book to spit it all back out.
He's kind of finicky. I don't know if he'll agree to that.
I mean, not been good for him either.
Right. I mean, you could ask him now. He could come out and talk to us, right? Worst case scenario, he says no and just disappears back into your arm, right?
Make sure your
Or
books
he
are
tries
over
to
there.
take it out and it escapes reality and comes into our plane again.
Stays here. Or I was working and I think I figured it out. I want to try it on a few things first, but I figured out the way to kind of like send something back to its plane of existence.
I could have prepared that spell too.
Oh, that's cool.
You hear her say that, and something inside you fills with dread. The last thing you or your patron want is to return it to where it came.
Why didn't you say so? I mean, I spent so many hours. That was. It's okay. It's all right. I'm sure it's a different type of like,
it's harder to understand
You're not
from
here.
the plain perspective.
Yeah.
Oh, no. He let me away. I'm still trying.
Yeah. What did you
You
say?
can't
draw.
You can't even see. You're just like putting your hand
Yeah.
in random places.
Well, I saw where they climbed up.
yeah.
Yeah. There's a part of me that kind of worries. Maybe, you feel strongest when you're like home.
Mm-hmm.
I worry that if we do that, that might make it stronger.
Okay.
Your sister told you something along these lines. Your sister said something about, hey, if we send it back to where it's supposed to be, or if we bring it to a place where it's supposed to be, that might be our best chance of destroying it, but then it might be able to fulfill its purpose. Granted, where it came from and where its intended location
Could be
might
different.
not be the same place.
Yeah.
Which brings up a whole host of other concerns. Now,
Do we want to
your
release it
gut
to the
feeling,
world?
No. I mean, that's too
being
much.
a champion of this patron for a reasonably lengthy amount of time,
It would no longer
is-
be our control.
it is, I don't want to say content, but accepted that it is containing it at the moment here. You sense a lack of distrust or a lack of trust for it to relinquish that containment for any alternate reality when it comes to something like that.
Right.
Because at least here it knows where it is and it can have somewhat amount of containment over it. And its effects are limited to just you, which is the deal you took when you made the deal with your patron. Whereas anywhere else, it could affect undetermined.
So I think I've done this before in the past, but I'm going to take the book out. Make sure your books are secured.
Oh, thank you. Okay. Stuff it under a throw pillow.
Pull the book out.
So I'll pull the book out, and I'm just going to kind of flip through it. And basically just kind of look for, like,
You're going to prepare
if I see
Channel
the fetish, like the crosshatch of it. If I see any sign of it, any more sign of, the mongrel fled, anything
Sure.
new, especially since it escaped.
You got it. Roll a charisma check for me.
It's, which one doesn't fuck me tonight? Okay.
Hey.
30-20.
30-20. You flip through this for a long while. 5 minutes go by. 20 until you finally come upon a page where you think you see in the far background of a landscape etched in crosshatch across 2 pages in the far background, contained in an orb made of what looks like stiff tentacles, in among a landscape of blackened crosshatch tentacles all forming and coalescing in kind of like a intermingled this type of pattern, making it so that you can't really see the landscape itself too much because so many of these tentacles are blocking your view. And you look and you see it in the corner, contained within this orb behind the layers and layers and layers and layers and layers and layers of all these stiff tentacles. And you look at it and you're like, that's it. And then you look up at them and you look back down and it's moved. It hasn't moved as far as like come closer to the foreground. It's just like its position was one profile and now it's the other profile. And then like you look at Argus for a second and you look back and now it's like looking dead on. But it is small in the back in like the right-hand corner, upper right-hand corner of the page. It's there. It's contained. It is aware that it is contained. That's the feeling you get. It knows you're looking at it, and it knows it's looking at you.
Close the book. Put it back. Yeah, I know it's caused problems, but I think it's safest where it's at now.
Okay.
The sense you're getting, just your gut, even with a 5 insight, is this can't hold forever. It can't. But you're not sure anything can.
I think we need to find someone who actually knows what it is before we attempt to move it.
Right.
Someone who understands what the mongrel flat is, where this thing came from, what it's doing here.
If that thing's in there, then so is my lead box.
You want your box back?
No. I'm saying find the box in there wherever it is and lock it up.
Yeah.
That might give you some extra protection.
You want to try to summon the box?
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, if it's inside that place that you go to, the box went in there with it.
You want to try to find the box in your pages? Or do you want to try to summon it?
I'm gonna try and summon it first.
You want to try to make your book regurgitate it?
We can't just like manifest it on its own. If it has regurgitated, then
Yeah, well, okay, so here's the deal. You can either try to find the representation of it within the book, or try to cause your book to bring it back to this plane. You know, it's either one or the other. Like, there's really no...
I don't want you to bring the box out. I'm saying, like, leave it all in there, but, like, try to give yourself an extra barrier.
Mm-hmm.
take the book back out.
Remember the word bulwark. Bulwark.
Bulwark.
Will
bulwark.
work.
As in
A shield.
shield.
So I'll start going through the book again, looking for the box and chains.
Okay, roll another, the same check.
No, you got the chain off.
Yeah, but it hadn't completely fallen
It
off.
was still,
when
like,
it was
tangled up.
Yeah.
Wrapped up in it.
That was charisma, right? So 13.
13. You flip through the pages and you notice that every once in a while you come across the same crosshatch plane, and like you're flipping so fast and you're like, oh, that was it, and you turn back and it's gone. It's a different type of page with different text and other things that are moving around, and so like it's every page is constantly changing, So you take a minute, you focus. You do eventually find it. It is a far too much close-up, where it looks like it's hanging from a stiff tendril wrapped on one of the chains as it is in the process of swinging left, where the chains are just wrapped enough around the box that it's kind of swinging, and then you look up at Zemdek, and then you look down and it's swung the other way. It's like it's like Schrodinger's items when they're in your thing. When they're not observed is when they can exist in temporal movement.
Can I, while staring at it, attempt to make it move?
Ooh, interesting. Are you intending to reach your hand into the realm of your book, or are you attempting to try to just slide the sketch across the page?
Yeah, I'm just trying to just move
Reach it.
mentally.
Yeah, sure. You try to command the book to move it. Yeah, roll an animal handling check.
So try to see if I'll be able to get the lead box in the book to the fetish to add that extra.
You got it.
Come on, be a good boy. Come on.
Yeah.
Reach in there, Lahg. Come on.
Nothing to my animal handling, so that's a 6.
6.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Seems not entirely responsive.
Just next time, don't forget that that's there. You find yourself back in that place.
Okay.
Is there...
Bulwark.
Yeah. Do not say that so much. Think about it while we're out there with him. It's
Right.
not him. It's his... Whatever's going on with his eye.
Don't let Cole hear that word.
Yeah.
Even though he's in your brain all the time.
You know what you can do?
I mean, I had contact with him until he went up into there, so...
I use this sometimes for tucking away little things in my mind about, oh yes, I need this for this spell. I create a mind palace. I don't know if you can do something similar, but imagine little rooms and stuff. So then you
Kind of
lock
what
it.
Intellect Fortress has been for you. You rather than just facing this entity or this influence on the field of battle out and sortied out onto the rolling hills of England, you get to face it in a siege aspect on the top of fortifications. If I were to put it in an analogous sense of what the battle is like in your mind, which is why it's giving you that.
Which I'm going to say is kind of Cole's thoughts to it, because he wants to protect you from it, but he still wants it.
You're just a weak boy.
You're just so weak.
Cole didn't say that out loud.
Or maybe try something like that, or equivalent for you. I know it doesn't work for everybody, but
Here's the last nugget of insight I'm going to give you with this. The longer you keep this within you, this is the deal that you made, the greater chance you have of going fully mad. To the point where you serve as nothing but an empty husk to contain this thing. Granted, you don't know how long that's going to take. No idea. But this is the deal. You said anything.
It would at least be contained.
You are a vessel.
It would at least be safe.
let's do a subtle.
So you're sacrificing yourself.
You saw what it could do.
Could be 1 month, could be 2 months,
Who's to say you can't get out when you're
could be more.
Gone.
I mean, I'm literally trying to protect you from the poison, but I still want you.
You're not there.
Poison.
You're not
I mean,
there.
you're even the lead box. Let's say you would be the equivalent of a lead box. You're better than the lead box, but like it still got out eventually, right? And your life would be lost because of that. That's not worth it. There has to be something else that we can do.
We need to find someone who actually knows what this is.
So what would Lahg value more? The lives of who knows how many others, or his own?
After what he's been through, he would rather just this thing is contained and it's not going anywhere, and
Keep the status quo.
just Yeah, not let it. You've seen what it can do. You've seen what it does to people.
All right, fine.
So
We'll find somebody.
Kick the rope
if
back
it
out.
becomes a lead box eventually, at least it's locked up.
We'll find
Alright,
somebody.
Yeah, he'll essentially become nothing
Sorry.
metaphysically other than a lead box. A vacant mind that keeps this thing prisoner.
We'll find somebody. We will our best.
Someone's got to know what it is.
What had happened to you was like your first real taste of what that would feel like. But you also had these like visions of what was that dream or landscape? What was that event that happened? Like all these other things that, I mean, do with that information with what we're doing.
Well, you have your mind. Perhaps we'll get there and make sure she's fine. But like maybe write a letter to your mother, etc. We don't know how much time you have, right? So I hate to be pessimistic, but just want to do what you want, right? At the end of the day.
We'll let her know. Either sending or Emrys should be able to contact her. We talk to him again.
No, we'll do more than talk to him. Right. Well, don't say it. Everybody else, let's go.
Mind Palace.
Mind Palace.
What's a palace again?
A big
Castle.
building with castle, lots of
Big
fun-
walls,
Yeah.
stone,
Lots of
thick.
people.
Big. So
Like
like,
a maze.
where have you been for like the last month?
Yes.
Okay.
They're gonna see you come down. Cole's gonna be like, "Log, man, keep it safe."
It is
I
safe.
don't have it anymore. It's fine.
It's totally safe, Cole. Don't worry about it.
We took care of it.
Okay.
I don't believe you.
We talked about it. That's it.
Still don't believe that you keep it safe.
Okay. You wake up. That is that whole scene. While the other everyone's getting ready to do their thing, a couple people are waiting for you to like get going on this morning of the 26th.
You know why I was so hard? It was
Which is
because we
why
didn't have
that-
any
which is
coffee.
why me shouting out,
We didn't have any
the
coffee.
nightmares aren't that bad. It's really bad.
Argus, you walk by one of the carts back to your stuff, and Erngrim's just leaning up against it, picking his fingers. Is there something I should be aware of?
Yeah, why didn't you make any coffee?
Because I have the means.
Are we in danger from whatever is happening?
When are we not in danger?
Not if he gives it to me.
I got a
Are
question.
you going to be
for
straight with me or what?
I got a question for you. Do you know what the mongrel fled means?
Ooh.
Can't say I do.
And there's not much you can do to help.
I mean, if Cole hears this, Cole's going to totally be all like, it'd be fine if they would just give it to me.
That would make it worse.
You don't know that.
That would make it worse.
Since when?
Since I saw that creature and it almost completely ate all of us and destroyed us
took
and everything
control
else.
over you when you fangirled over it.
All right.
You see Ermgrim just point at Trisheni. That. Something I need to know about. Ate all you? What?
He has
It didn't
night
actually
Simplified
eat
it.
any of us.
I simplified, but yeah.
Really, I ate it.
There.
So it's not a problem anymore.
He has nightmares, and sometimes the nightmares are less dream and more reality.
The nightmares aren't that bad.
What he said.
We found an idol.
The
Don't.
I trust Erngrim.
in between the planes there
He's
is
the
not
blue
Your friend's a dreamweaver.
a dream. What is? Can you elaborate
Is that
on that?
anything that I've heard of before?
Can you elaborate a little bit on that? If you don't mind.
That's new.
There's some of the higher echelons of the
We need
Dark
to get
Elf.
going, yes.
Yes,
Can
we
we
can
talk
walk
on the
and
road?
talk. Yes.
Okay, cool.
And some of the higher echelons, as he kind of just starts walking, and every once in a while gestures to a tunnel, and he goes. Some of the higher echelons of the Dark Elf community There are families that have in control, mostly matriarchies, if not entirely matriarchies. Some of these families harness the dark arts, even with that. But there was a time, perhaps there even still is, I've been a little out of touch, where those were able to manifest their dreams, whether they be nightmares or others. Some found ways to turn what it is that they imagined into cold, hard reality. Now, this was a massive step in, could be many things. Mention it, medicine, food, anything. But of course, it became more militaristic.
Does I communicate like this, and I talk to him in his mind with that?
I don't know about that. That's I haven't really heard anything about.
Very familiar to what he's doing.
His is more uncontrolled madness, though.
Well,
But there's
they
a
were
way to
able.
control it.
I can control it.
No, you
The
can't.
stories
Shut up.
go. The lore states and the stories go that many studied to psychically manipulate their dream states to manifest battalions of troops, undying. All they would have to do is create a new part of their dream to create even more, and they intended to have absolute supremacy with this ability. The origin of said powers such as these, some say they just studied and just harnessed the psychic energies, but
Could it be
Others-
associated with emotion?
again, I don't know. I'm telling you what I know. What I know is that some people say that there was a source of this power. Some people say there wasn't. But it was decently long time ago when the last dream evil was ever spotted or heard of. Probably a practice that has fallen into archaic terms.
Do you know? I know it was a long time ago, but do you know the name of that last known Dreamweaver and where they were? In case we need to go and
I can't say I do, but the High Immolate might.
emulate the
It's the one I was telling you about, the cleric of the hidden charts of Kossuth that we might be able to find instead.
Okay.
Amulet is well versed, been around for a lot longer than I have.
Okay.
But one thing I do know is that there are many that say that the Dreamweaver's power was far too dangerous for even the Dreamweaver themselves, and it eventually fell out of practice. It's the
seen, I
origin
would
of
agree.
power
That
was peeled
sounds-
away.
I ask because Holt does feel immense guilt with his family, so that's the manifestation. That's why he was asking about emotion.
I don't know. All I know is what the stories say. There's a couple nursery rhymes about being careful about what you dream about. Make sure you have a good day so you'll have nightmares. Otherwise, could possibly become a dreamweaver and manifest your nightmares in the house, and your whole family might, not be alive when you wake
Oh,
up.
we've seen that. We've seen
There's one fire one time.
He did light my family's house on fire.
Yeah, that happened.
So your friend is a dreamweaver.
His
Yes.
nightmares became
Unheard
ghosts
of
one
for
time.
centuries.
that. We also
Nightmares
had that,
became fire.
It's something that hasn't happened for centuries.
We also had that time that my mother appeared that you told me about.
At least that I know.
Ghosts,
I mean,
yeah.
this is only stories that I've heard of in my circles.
Yeah.
But
These are always only, as far as I can say, stories.
But your circles are different than ours, and it's always good to share that
Well,
knowledge.
they're in
And
a whole different world, a couple few thousand feet deep.
I
You
mean,
think it's just underground and there's a bunch of dirt below you, but nope. The Underdark is just as vast as the
Whole
overworld.
different realm.
yeah, there's a whole lot more. This continues to follow the pattern of things and essential magics popping up more and more over the years than it has been in recent history. Yes, with different
With
magics.
Dreamweaver becoming
Yes,
back.
exactly. And
We've noticed
Not
Not just
Sure.
one.
of ancient historical magic.
The others
going
found
back.
one as well.
just let
Right.
me see it.
So there's multiple these
Told you I
things.
don't have it anymore.
Perhaps it's all tied together. Either case, I think it might be good to go see the high amulet. I mean, assuming
I'd
you
wanna
want
see it
to,
anyway,
right? Yeah. So it's
And also, it'd be great if we could get some brands to stop people from spying on us.
Where's the high amulet?
I
Supposedly
mean, of
it's
course, the
different.
location is constantly moving around and kept secret, but I can send out feelers once we get to Steercrag, and we could possibly be able to find them. Last I heard of, there was a decent communication circle there. I should be able to reach out.
Okay. We definitely should at least speak to them.
They're not in Steercrag proper. They shouldn't be too far. At least someone would be able to point us in the right direction.
I mean, we should definitely.
As by nature followers of the keepers and what have you, and Kosuth, we are by nature a secret society. So sometimes our sex move around to prevent us from being.
Of course.
I promised Kosuth face to face that I would not hide.
Well, there you go.
Secret no longer.
That was a big part of why he.
There are many that still prosecute those that worship the primordials.
I get
Well,
it, but
question though.
what you have to
There are churches to the other primordials that are out in the open. Is it
Depends
just
on where you are.
Kosuth?
Well, the way I understand it, and I don't really understand too much about what's going on in the overworld, you probably know more than I do, is that there are those cultures that still revere the primordials, and their right to do so has been protected by generations and generations of deeds that they have done. To mention one in particular, your monkish temples, I believe your orders, from what I know of, they have a strong connection to Septis. I mean, there is even certain tenets in the orders, even by the High Immaculate, that say if we ever feel entirely prosecuted and have nowhere else to go, and we need a bastion of safety or sanctuary in the overworld, seek one of the orders, for they will always protect those who follow the primordials.
Have you heard of a primordial sacrificing himself anywhere in your history?
Primordial sacrificing themselves for what?
It was sacrificed
The people.
to the primordial
Wasn't sacrificing two? Not.
Yeah.
Okay, I wrote that down wrong.
through a volcano.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about the ancient knights. The possible births of the primordials. I mean, it's lost in archaic teaching, but like, there are schools of thought that people of shamanistic. We're talking ancient past, probably even before the Dawn War, where the birth of the primordials came from the sacrifice of shamanistic individuals who found themselves inexorably intertwined with said elements, and therefore their sacrifice birthed the embodiments of the personification of elemental forms. Granted, that's just one of many schools of thought.
Something I found in a text.
What
That needs
text?
to bite back. It
What-
was a text from someone from an order.
One
Had
a schism occurred. One sect sacrificed themselves. It's not literal.
Ancient and stuff that
yeah.
most of us are not supposed to be privy to
Organized.
by us.
Schism of Trinity. Well, I don't know about any schism, but one of the schools of thought was that shamanistic individuals of the ancient past sacrificed themselves to the primordial powers to give them form and personification. And before that time, it was not, well, deities. And if there was, the belief of them was absent. Their power unproven.
From what I understood, the others were hiding during that time, and these were the only ones who were sacrificing themselves. They were hiding, concentrating, and focusing their powers for their own means instead of for the gods.
Again, I don't know about anything about any schism or what have you, but I told you all I know. As far as that is, unless you have at least what has jogged my memory about what is on. Again, I don't know anything about individuals cloistering power or anything. My information on this is limited. These are just stories that were shared to me as part of my clerical following.
Still good stories.
Good.
Maybe that's how the fetish was created. Maybe they were the sacrificing ones.
But this is not primordial, right? It's something else.
I don't know what it is.
Patron once told me to kill someone who was pretending to be a god. Pretending, they said. I think that's what I have right now. They called him a traitor. That's what they called this fetish.
Interesting.
They called it a traitor? When did they call it a traitor?
They did.
I said, when?
Oh, what?
Yeah.
I remember when I went missing for a few days.
Yeah.
It's also
You came back looking like a wild man. Well, actually, we found you, but you were looking like really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so yeah. My patron told me that
I just remember that time when you and I were rushing towards it, and you froze for some reason.
because I heard the word traitor. I didn't know if it was calling me a traitor or saying that's the traitor. But now
You do?
I don't mean to pry, but as you,
What is it?
the thing that gives you powers it's not a god, right? And it doesn't consider itself a god.
I've never asked it.
Maybe.
They're powerful.
Yeah. I see it. It's very powerful. But like it's
Hey, mysterious daddy, can I have powers?
right.
Sure.
Is the fetish the traitor?
So
A traitor.
And
Because you said there was another one that you killed.
they want me to kill.
Cole's gonna go off and think about this after Lahg tells him that the idol might be a traitor.
the fact that it might be something that might be considering itself a god, it's I guess
His
so.
best friend just told him that something's a traitor that he was very closely tied to. So
That's all I know.
I mean, that's big. That's big.
yeah, Cole's keeping his distance from you now, hearing that, just very much thinking about that.
They wanted me to destroy something that was impersonating a god.
But didn't tell you how.
Right. And it didn't tell you that whether or not it itself was a god or not. So does it see it as a lower being and trying to come up, or does it see it as reaching too high? It just like, I guess I'm not explaining well, but the different side of the coin.
Demons never, they never give you a straight answer.
I mean, yeah, neither one of us are good with words.
We never get any answers. This is just more questions. We're going around in circles. Let's just table this until we have answers.
In the meantime, do you want to work on like thinking through a nice little, big old fort? I'll help
Yeah.
you with that where I can.
There's like traps and
Yeah,
falls and
Yeah.
like oubliettes and
yeah, exactly. So I'll help you the rest of the walk today in like trying to.
I now don't want to
Plan
go
out.
like into logs.
I mean,
Next time you're gonna have to go in after him.
Cole's still
Lahg.
and every once in a while, if you look over, you'll catch him like holding his hand out to you, like just
Just subconsciously.
yeah, literally just very subconsciously hand me the fetish. It will be okay. I know. Well,
Okay.
I know that. I know that.
So,
Cole does know
Argus
that.
was telling Cole that.
So, if nothing else, then on this disturbing topic, seeing as it appears there's not too much you can do about it in the moment, and the things that you can perhaps try, too great of a risk. You continue. Armgrim continues to lead the group. Somebody please roll.
This side of the table's got low numbers, so
All right, let's see if we get above a 10.
Dang. So 51.
Hey.
Yeah, 51.
Here comes a worm. The day we get paid.
It won't
You
be.
get 100 on.
It won't be
You're
until
not
the
proficient.
end of the day, if all goes well, that you will be able to get there. If what was how it works, because you have to do the full day of travel,
Yep.
and then you rent. So you, the caravan stops, and Grum is like, he walks over. He's like, got his hand up against stone wall, and he's got his hand up against another stone wall, and he kind of keeps pacing back and forth and reaching out for walls. Doesn't
Hey, Log, can you see if there's any tunnels behind any of these walls?
I'll check.
you do your eyes? There's a tunnel behind one of the walls that seems to go a decent before your vision drops off.
Yeah, there's one right over there.
How deep is it?
I can only see 30 feet.
How thick is the part we need to get through?
5 to 10 feet.
Alright, I'm gonna cast Stone Shape, make a door.
You do that for 5 feet.
Uh-huh.
Okay, cool. You get enough, not enough for the caravans, but enough for you all to get through.
And then we can kind of...
Armgrim, is that
Pickaxe.
the right way?
Hey, how did you?
Eyes. Weird things with his eyes.
Hey,
That's why I've only got one of them.
Cole's gonna just
It's extra
put it.
special.
Cole's gonna put it into his mind real quick. There's a reason they were trying to control us.
that crazy eye, mind freak. Let's go. All right.
I mean, he was a prisoner in the conclave.
Can you
They're like,
cut that bigger?
I mean, I can try, but it looks like most of the rest of the constituency is about 30 feet deep, so it's going to take us a while. In the meantime, we probably should scope out what's ahead, make sure it's safe, because I'll be entirely honest, I haven't gone this way before. So,
But this is the right way.
yeah, that's where my instincts are pulling me. I haven't been wrong yet.
Are you have said instincts? Are you just literally following like your gut with this?
Pretty much. Yep. Hasn't steered me wrong. I've kind of got, once you spend enough time with the worms, you kind of always know which way is home, or know which way you need to go.
I trust it. My gut led me to you guys, so I trust his gut.
I mean, it's just
There's a bit, of course, there's a bit of stonecraft involved in it. Well, I guess you all call it woodcraft with you're from.
Stonecraft.
Yeah,
What do you
like
take
knowing
stonecraft?
what to do, where to go underground, knowing which way is north, that whole thing.
Survival skills.
Survival skills, yes. But
That's Stonecraft.
there's a bit of that into it.
Gives me history check.
But
I mean, I can go
it comes naturally at some point. But yeah, this definitely should be the way. It should be
real
just
quietly down
couple hundred
the
feet.
tunnel a certain distance to let you know what's going on.
an 8.
Invisibility.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna silently go down the tunnel as far
Okay,
as
go
I
ahead and
can.
roll stealth at advantage.
Oh.
Are you are blind?
That's what I was thinking.
yeah.
That's the fucked up part. Yeah.
And like,
So what's the point?
I
You get 20 feet down the tunnel.
No,
and
that's exactly it. I get 20 feet down the tunnel. I have no clue what I'm doing.
you turn back around.
Yeah, exactly.
You get 20 feet down the tunnel, you turn back around, you're like, go back. Like,
I'm fucking blind as shit.
yeah.
I mean, I rolled a 9 plus. I rolled a 13 for stealth, so
13
for
so you-
but
So, you, Argus
blind, you're right.
hears you walk down about 30 feet and then come right back.
I say
And,
something like,
And then like you couldn't see.
I can't
ninja.
see anything. Literally, I walk back invisible, and then I say something so it becomes visible and go, I can't see anything.
Cole, in the future, we need to think these things through.
Since when have we ever thought anything through?
Time?
Hey,
Quite a few times.
why don't you,
Yeah, I'll
Most of the time when we think things through, it ends badly. We went
Yeah.
out
Not-
and
Yeah.
said and thought it through that we were going to get those items out of the graveyard. We killed Eleazar. We went down to the tunnel, down to the sewers, thinking it was going to be great. We killed fucking Trisheni. Whenever we think of something well, we tend to
Cole?
die.
You're
we
cherry
are currently
picking.
being contracted by these people. Do you really want to expressly tell
Well,
them
well,
all these times we
Y'all
fucked
are
up?
echoing your voice in a darkened tunnel of the disembodied
You're cherry picking. Planning versus not planning doesn't have any effect on how well it
Cole's
goes.
talking about this. Trishani will warg into Shakar, and Shakar will fly down the
tunnel goes for about 100 feet before it opens up far wider.
We've had
Okay.
plans go good. We've had plans go bad.
All right.
We've had random
There's-
things go good. And
There's a
random
wider
things go
tunnel.
bad.
And then Shakar sees that tunnels, the path splits in twain, but not like a fork, because there's the larger chamber, but a large portion of the center of the chamber has completely caved in. Not caved in from the ceiling, but pitfall. Like it.
Like a worm.
No, more like a
Sinkhole.
sinkhole.
So I will relay that information and have him come back.
Okay. He comes back, relay that far ahead, the smaller tunnel opens up. Have two small like ledges that go alongside of the sinkhole before reconvening to another area.
Well, how are we gonna get the carts across that one?
There are some spots along the edge that would be able to bring the cart along. There are just a few spots where it might be quite sketchy. But you're smart. You can figure something out. The sinkhole, you could not see the bottom. Also, it's going to take them some time to carve out enough rock and of this tunnel to allow enough room for the carts and the mounts to get through. So, Angrim's like, well, probably should just go ahead anyway since it's on the traded territory. Make sure it's safe, so we know what we're doing.
All right. Who's all coming?
Armgrim, don't you need to stay here and carve out the door?
Could, but I'd rather go trailblazing.
I guess I'll stay here and carve out the door.
Oh, come on now.
Pull out my mining pick and
All right, listen. They know what they're doing. They can take care of it. Why don't we? Where are the advanced party, right? Where are the mercenaries? We're the one that's supposed to be paid for protection. Why don't we go scope it out?
by
If
leaving them
everything's okay.
by
we'll come
leaving
back.
them alone back here in the dark.
Don't y'all have one of the ones that doesn't sleep?
No?
Canoe?
Oh.
Yeah, that one. Don't you,
She's
Not the most trustworthy.
We could leave her and Conk.
Let's just say her on her own, it's not the protection that they need.
She's a guard.
I don't understand that, but all right.
Think town guard from small podunk village.
Okay, look.
She's standing like right there.
She knows what she is.
From that ride yesterday, that was quite fun. Days, other than our discussion, I could use a little trailblazing, so I'd like to go over there and go check it out. If you all want to join me, seeing as it's my job as a navigator, we'll check and make sure. That'd be great. Seeing as it's your job too.
Our job is to make sure these people don't die.
Great. Have fun. And he just starts walking.
I'm coming after him.
Okay, you go after him. Who else is going with him?
I'll ward back in Shakar and fly over to you guys. And I'll
You're not
just
coming?
I mean,
If she stays, then I'll go.
I'm sorry. Are you going across the...
No, we're gonna go just.
They're going down the small tunnel that's only big enough for like single file people
Oh, I'll come
to
then.
go through
Sorry.
100 feet before you get to that chamber that opens up that has the sinkhole.
going to.
Yeah.
investigate.
Yeah, I'll come.
So wait, even if we get the wagons in there, they can't fit through the choke point.
No. The tunnel. I'm sorry, I described it wrong. The tunnel itself eventually does open up. The amount of work that it has to do to widen the tunnel is going to take a while. But yes, no, there should be like the 100-foot tunnel that I was talking about does have enough.
No, but I
space.
mean, so this side tunnel, even once we open a doorway for them to get into it, we're going to also have to widen the tunnel.
No. I'm sorry. The 5-foot tunnel that I meant, because you're still in that 30-foot area, is what I meant. The 100-foot widens up a little bit, and then, but not very much, and then it widens up into the cavern. Like,
Okay.
the 30-foot one is the big problem, and that's still 30 feet. It's going to take a while. Like, it's still a lot of rock. I mean, these people are good at it, but they're not an actual machine. They're not an actual excavating machine. So yes, you could still get through here, and this is the way to go as far as what Ermgrim is saying. Yeah, it's going to be a tight squeeze, but make sure nobody's on top of the carts. You should be able to make it. Yep. Or you could try to find another way. You could double back and try to find another way.
If we double back, what's going to be the... How many days are we going to lose?
I don't know. I won't know until we double back. I get the feeling in my gut of where the crow flies, of where we're supposed to go, and I'll just try to find the closest tunnel that will lead me in that direction.
Let's go investigate.
I'll go.
Start cleaning up.
Okay, so Argus, Cole, Eleazar, Trisheni. Are you going or are you staying?
Wait, did you already say you're going or staying?
Staying.
Yeah, I'll stay and help.
Okay.
Pickaxe.
Conk will start working at it. You'll pick your pickaxe. You guys start working at it. You help some of the other workers pull it out. The rest of you move forward. And eventually you get out of the 10-foot bottleneck area as it starts to open up into the cavern. Very tall. It looks like this sinkhole goes into the ceiling as well. Almost as if there's a hole in the ceiling, almost about the same size as the sinkhole, as if it goes up through the mountain as much as it goes down. And there you find two paths. They get skinnier and skinnier the farther away they get from each other before they reattach at the other side of the sinkhole, in which there's another tunnel that goes. Those of you that have dark vision of 60 feet can only see halfway across the sinkhole. Ermgrim will explain to the rest of you what he sees on the other side, because he has superior dark vision, so he can see a little bit on the other side. And you have 120 feet as well.
But I'm back.
But you're back.
I have 120 feet when I'm warding.
I have 40 feet because I'm using my light spell.
Right, and you can have Shakar go up and like
Fly.
give you a better lay of the area. You see that the walls of the chasm of the sinkhole like go straight down. There do appear to be. It's hard to actually roll a perception check for Shikar, as you kind of get a bird's eye view of what's going on.
22.
22. You do see that there are many smaller tunnels that go out of the side of this large sinkhole, like out of the walls of this sinkhole.
There's a lot of like side tunnels, guys. I know I can't hear you right now.
Far end, I believe there's a stalactite that connects to a stalagmite from the very top of the ceiling. Like, that's kind of like just teetering off the edge. It could fall into the chasm at any moment.
Does it seem safe to go around it?
Only one way to find out.
Can we go up on the sinkhole?
How are you gonna go up?
We have the special rope plus tons of other rope. Is there no way to like figure that part out?
Do you see anything to hook onto?
There are stalactites.
I don't. Do you?
But how strong they're stalactites? Yeah, there are stalactites, but how strong the stalactites are is who knows. Granted, there isn't like another ledge higher up on the wall for you to like go across. If that is your intended purpose, you would have to have the rope attached to something and then swing.
Right.
Because the ceiling itself has the same hole. There's just like an edge along the sides of it that is a bit of a platform that you can go on either left or right.
Is that a Matra guy's tunnel?
Maitre guy, if you
I'm asking. I'm asking.
oh Ermgrim, like
because of what it looks like. I'm asking him.
well, that's a toughie. I mean, it could be it's about the right size, but I mean, it could just be a collapse too.
Well, with the
It's hard to tell with the
paths going around it, could it be that they did this as a holy area for the Matra guy?
Oh, you mean like a shrine? No, I don't think so. Most likely, there's far more iconography in a holy area for a Maitre guy. This looks to me, if I were to guess,
Like nothing I know.
naturally forming. If it is a Maitre guy tunnel, it's a very old one.
So what?
Because
The only reason I ask is because of the way the paths are going past this point that you're describing.
oh, I understand. I was if this, like I said, if this is the old Maitre guy tunnel, it looks like the Maitre guy might have just hit an abscess in the rock and just left this behind it. Like a geode or something like that, if that makes sense. But like I said, it's probably a very old one because I can see many collapses throughout up and down there, meaning it would have been much smoother if it was more recent. So if this is the Native Guy tunnel, it's quite old. But it could be just a collapsed sinkhole.
Can one of you make these paths a little longer and we can go across them? Like, is that a problem with the carts passing this way?
And that's the thing.
There is a 5-foot path. The thinnest it gets on either side is 5 feet. So you could walk. Just don't slip.
And the carts can't come.
Not yet.
Well, not
Yet.
once they even get through
You
there.
could do the same thing that they're doing right now. Carve out more of a space into the rock on the wall to make the ledge wider. If that makes sense.
So all those days we made up, let's just waste them digging into the stone.
Right. Or we figure out the way to.
Or, you figure out a different way to go across it. The only spots that are only 5 feet wide are a 10-foot length on the left side and I believe a 15-foot length on the right side. So it's not very much.
Could we send, like, one of the carts over the same way we did with the when we were coming down with the Amkeg?
Actually, you know what? Let me just make this easier. I'm gonna give you guys a visual.
Hey.
Yay!
Great.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, thank you. That
It's a Sarlacc.
Cole's not that smart,
Yeah.
so
Yep.
Exactly. We'll find Boba Fett down here. You know.
I'm gonna die down here.
We'll be there.
Or at least Cole will.
There you go. So you came in from this way. This is just the piece that I had. It's a little bit wider than that,
Okay.
as is that one. I will show everyone else what it looks like. So this is the.
Thank you.
Could somebody who has that power potentially like float it over the gap?
If we levitate it, then can't we kind of like
Yeah.
Or like
push it over?
Up to
Totally.
500 pounds.
Okay. So we just unload the cart, push the cart over.
Reload the cart.
Yeah. I think that's worth it, especially if we get an assembly line.
It's possible, yeah. Yeah, it could work. And it wouldn't take up that much time.
Yeah.
No?
Certainly be less than days.
You guys are all, I assume, like over here, just kind of like purveying what's going on here, or surveying.
Yeah.
the convoy came to a stop, we're all checking out why the convoy came to a stop, basically.
We have any clue what else could be in this? Like, this hole goes really far up and down.
There's also side holes. Trishani said.
Okay, do you guys want to go, like, check it out first and
A
then...
very suspicious stalactite that was specifically called out as almost ready to fall over.
Stalactite mimic.
I mean... yeah, we could probably check it out before. Clear the exits, that sort of thing.
Armgrim's like, hey, I mean, we could go across, check for stability, structural integrity, that whole thing. Probably a good idea.
You could tell the rope to hook onto that, check the strength of that stalactite.
Sure. You want that stalactite for some reason?
You can use to get across. What's the harm?
Oh, you mean like a tether in case we fall?
Yeah.
Okay. We could also just tie it to the wall. But sure. Or
The
like,
wall
you know,
doesn't move. That thing's kind of centrally located.
or one of the clusters of stalagmites, like right here. But I mean, it's your rope.
Get the rope back afterwards.
Right. Sure. Do we want to do this like one at a time or single file or check it out?
Single file, let's do that. Let's
We need to at least test its durability for the amount of weight we're going to be putting in that section.
let's do it.
Just don't fall down the hole. Good luck.
Cole's gonna push forwards and back.
No, I'm behind you. I can hear you through like the tunnel, but like
Well, then Cole will go and put his Twinkie weight on it to see how well the weight goes.
surprise, a monster jumps out at you.
Yeah, I mean, do you want...
Surprise! Cole falls to his death.
Shikar could do one more fly around the room, at least to see if anything like goes, ha, at him. Alright, let's do that. Shikar, can you be a pal and,
Go be bait.
thank you. You're usually really quick in this form. You can get away from things.
So you want him to fly to the stalag?
I just want him to do like a nice little circle, little loopy loop
Okay.
around the
Perimeter.
Yeah,
He's
perimeter
checking to
sweep.
see if anybody snaps out at him. when
Over
he
the
goes
course
by.
of the next like
10, 20 seconds, he does a perimeter. Comes back.
Good job, buddy. Give him scritches. He lands back. Seems okay.
Okay, hearing this seems okay. Cole's gonna go out a little bit just to test how the floor is.
Sure. Why don't you give me? Let's put your characters where they are, just so I have an idea as to what's going on.
Just so that
Well, because structural integrity of stone. It's good to know where everybody's standing in case things are weird. You're not here.
Right.
You guys are.
Yeah, that's why we put ourselves.
Yeah. You
Back
guys are
there.
way back here.
Also, I hope one of you guys prepared Featherfall. Nice
I always
knowing
have
you.
Call prepared. That's why I wanted to go out first.
Okay, Cole, you're gonna walk right before the area gets. Okay, are you trying to do this like in a genteel manner?
Oh, like
Are you
Cole
trying to
is
be
walking out
quiet,
here like-
stealthy. What's the deal?
Cole's like walking out, going,
Okay, yeah, you're doing that like
testing.
checking your weight, like see if I can support my weight.
like putting that hard weight
cool.
down, but it's not where his actual
That
whole
ball
body
in your
is.
foot, you're like, is that good? Is that good? That good? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. You got it. Are you doing this in a quiet manner or just a genteel manner?
Genteel.
Okay, cool. You
Partially because I can't see.
got Eleazar. Are you staying back? Are you falling? Are you being out right behind him?
I'm not going to be right behind him.
How far behind would you like to be?
So each square is about
square
Right now,
five
you
feet,
are
right?
30 feet away from me.
Yeah.
And I'm paying close attention to where I'm walking. So I'll be about 15 feet behind him.
Okay.
So I'll be right there.
You're gonna like step where he steps, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Only because my weight's more, so I'm gonna.
Yeah. Yeah, he's
But I
like
paid attention to where I walk.
he's
so just
at the
some
very
familiar
least
area.
only half your weight.
Right.
I guess
Yeah.
Especially with all your plate
that's
armor.
part of the reason that if like Zemdak had been up front, I would have like pushed him forward.
You could be like 300 plus pounds with
Right.
all that armor on you. Yeah. Cool. And you're like 120 pounds.
I think that's what I am like unarmored. He's like 128 pounds.
Yeah, but with all your stuff, yeah. So okay, you move forward. You step. The rest of you are just chilling over here.
146.
Okay. All right.
So the rest of you guys are just chilling over here.
I'm gonna follow.
You gonna follow that way? Okay.
Be about 15 behind
Eleazar or me?
Eleazar.
I will stay back over here,
Good idea.
but I'll have Shakar come over here-ish. I'll have him be next to you.
Do you have Rimgrim on there?
Yes. Here is Ermgrim.
Can you put it?
This is the
Yeah,
closest thing I could
someone
find
It's a
to
reaction.
a phase blade Qatar
It
Durgar.
can
So
be
that's
cast
what
with
he,
someone else. Okay, I'm just
he
curious.
does have a shield. He's ready to go. He has a stat block too. That's pretty gnarly. So I like his stuff.
That's good.
So whoever's within 10 feet of me, just don't forget in case we need it.
That's him, not me.
So Ermgrim has just an innate instinct sense when it comes to this stuff. He's like, hey, if you can, just do your best not to stay within 1 to 2 feet from the edge. That's where the most fragile rock is, depending on how old it is. And if any water has come through here recently, it does make it rather erode and more porous, so it does fall off and cannot support any weight. So do your best to try to hug the wall if you can. Twiggy man, can you see where you're going?
To a certain extent, Grim.
Wonderful, great, don't fall. And I
I mean, he would be able to see what I can see from that general direction because I have 40 feet.
are you focused more on your step and what's ahead of you than what's around you?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Argus,
Yeah.
please roll a perception check.
Can't I just use my passive?
I mean, this. If you want to, do you want to use your passive?
No.
Not necessarily.
I just rolled my passive, so no.
Which means he
So,
wants to use his passive.
23.
23. Both you and Ermgrim hear what sounds like rock falling down the chasm. And you both look at each other and be like, Sounds like on the wall of the sinkhole on your side, like down
Under us?
here, like who knows how far down. Like
So,
under you.
so like something under us is there's rocks falling under us.
Yep. You hear
Guys, there's something under us.
you don't know if it's movement or the rock shifting.
Okay, everybody back up.
What is it?
I don't know. There's rocks falling. We should probably
Coastal
the
testing is
side?
way forward.
Oh,
right under us.
oh.
Car will fly over the side and just take a little
You're
peek.
gonna go have him go down.
Just not down, just fly ever so slightly over
roll
the side
perception check for Shakar.
And take a looky-loo down.
Oh yeah, it's been going on for like 5 minutes.
19.
19. Okay. What's Shakar's intelligence?
Not high.
3.
It's
Like 2.
yeah.
That's
I think
me.
it's like 3 or
I'll
something.
I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Why
He's
don't you-
2.
2. So -3 or -4?
-4.
Okay, roll an intelligence check for Shakar, please.
Oh shit!
16.
16 total, so a
job,
natural
little
20 -4.
No. 18
So 12.
minus 4 is 12. Sorry.
12.
I was focusing on the 2.
No,
I'm
14.
Sorry.
18 -4 is 14.
Yeah.
My God, math. Okay, 14. Okay, you see as Shakar goes by. Are you warged into Shakar?
Yeah, for this I would have probably been like, you heard something,
Okay.
let me war again, let me see
You
what's going
see his mind communicating with your mind.
Uh-huh.
There's a hole there that wasn't there on his first round.
There's a new hole, guys. There's a new hole. And it's down there. That's all I can tell you.
We might need to get back now.
What? We're back.
You're like, what? There's a new hole down
Yeah.
there.
Let's fall
Cool.
back.
Please roll a dexterity saving throw.
Yay!
Because you're making your way steadily forward, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoop.
Oh. What is
Interesting.
17?
I mean, I am pretty good. Saving throw, right?
Yes.
25.
25. You take a step and the ground beneath you, as you turn around, just like from Masheni or Trisheni saying, there's a yeah, there's a new hole, guys. You turn around, you're like, whoa, and you step not in the right spot, and a bunch of rock falls down, and you lose your footing, and you kind of like land collapsed on your ankle, like sitting on it with your other foot dangling, but you don't fall down as you kind of lean back, and you're like, and you guys all hear,
There's a hole!
you scream that, wonderful. You scream that, and then a bunch of the rock falls down, and you all kind of like freeze for a moment. You're okay.
I'm gonna pull myself backwards to where I know it was safe.
You pull yourself backwards.
Yeah.
You turn around.
Yeah, I turned around.
You turn around. Eleazar, you see Cole turn around and be like, out of the wall right here. Right here, this wall completely opens up and a massive Ermgrim
Massive
this-
Ermgrim.
Ermgrim sees
After
this
the
thing.
room comes to the wall, yeah.
Ermgrim sees this thing as the dust settles, and he goes, "Umber Hulk!" As this massive Umber Hulk just pulls through the wall, pushes you straight off, and you're gonna roll a dexterity saving throw when we get back next session. As it's one of his attacks is a thing, and you are surprised, so you get a dexterity saving throw to see if you maintain your spot. Great, and that's the end of our session, guys. The end of this episode. Come back next time, and as always, stay safe out there. Bye.
Bye.